Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone has enjoyed their weekends. And we're going to get into a couple of just some foolish topics, some little hot topics, and this craziness going on in the work. Because everybody tripping a little bit. It's all the tripping going on or whatever. So we will get into those things and be done pretty quickly. Okay. If you have not done so already, take a little second to subscribe to my channel, become a whole JayBird, and do not forget to like, comment, and all that good stuff that I always say every single week. Okay. I have not been back live. I was live on Thursday. I was off Friday and Saturday. And today is Sunday. And here we are. And I want to get done because I know tonight is the season, well, not the season, but it's an episode of Housewives. We kind of will see the whole Kenya Britt Edie thing kind of come to a head, and it may be our last time seeing Kenya. Okay, so I want to get that done tonight. Okay, I'm gonna probably review the show when it goes off, but I'm not sure. Okay, but anyway. Let me share my screen because I was saving and saving and saving stuff because I wanted to be prepared this time. Because on Thursday, child, the system was acting real dumb and it did not save all my stuff. Okay, so I made sure today to get my stuff saved. That way, is a good time will be had by all. Now, I'm here. Hey. How is everyone? Hello, and hello. Okay. Thank you to those who are watching live, also those who end up watching the replay. I appreciate it. Now, I've been getting y'all messages about how YouTube is being funny acting. I know YouTube is not telling folks I'm on live. It has unsubscribed. I know all of that. So I cannot control when I go live, and y'all don't know, I can't do nothing about it. All I can do was post about me being live on my IG and my Twitter, and that's it. Okay. And that's where we are today. Now, look, because I feel like I have a lot of topics, because I was saving all this stuff around here, I want to go ahead and get started. And whoever ain't watching right now can again watch the replay when they get here. So, the people around here on social media, I feel like it's a lot of like celebrity hot topic stuff, but also a lot of like random foolishness in the world going on too. And where do I want to start? Well, I think, well, let me scroll on now. Because I seen this last week, or at least a few days ago, where they're telling us that there will finally be a brand new Friday movie. Okay, the movie, the next Friday movie is supposedly gonna be called Last Friday, is in the works. And the last one was done, I think, in 2002. It's been, over 20 years at this point. Look, I love Friday, next Friday, and also Friday after next. But I do feel like, grown up Craig or Day Day, or it was Craig, Day Day, Smokey. I think they grown now. So I do hope if they make another movie, it can't be the same as all the other ones. At this point in time, Craig and that kids, they all should, because it's been 20 years. So if they're still dudes hanging out on the corner with no money, or on the porch with no money, and trying to make some money, that to me ain't that funny. It should be them with their kids. Their kids should be at least 17, 18 by now, okay? Bring back Nia Long. Let Nia Long be Craig's new wife. Okay, let's hope that Smokey and Felicia was in rehab together and got married, and they also have a kid. Okay, now I don't know, maybe Day Day married Baby D. I'm not sure, and that can be a thing or whatnot. But I don't want the new Friday movie to be the exact same thing as before. It should be the premise with some newness to. Because let me see, Devo dead. Pops is dead. Dang. Both that, well, they can't be riding no more. They gonna need a new bully. We don't care about Terry Crews, but we like Terry Crews. Either way though, I do wonder what it would be like, but again, we shall see. But at least they have the movie greenlit and it will be started eventually. Okay. Cardi B is going to have a partnership with Revolve Group. It's a for apparel and beauty brands and whatnot. We probably ain't never gonna get a Cardi album. I just feel like Cardi is doing everything except put out, and it's basically summertime. Cardi told us last year, before Christmas, before Thanksgiving, I think it was before Halloween, that her album was coming out this year. Girl, okay, wrap it up, hang it up, because again, I don't know. But again, whatever she gonna do, if she gonna bring us, you know what I'm saying, apparel, fine. Beauty brands, fine. Just stick to it. Okay, get on your Rihanna bag, because Rihanna stop doing music. Rihanna now has Fenty Beauty, has Fenty Skin, has Savage Fenty. So Rihanna has fully branched out and got all the other bags. She took time to develop that or whatever. So Cardi, congrats, girl. Do it all. But I'm like, girl, what an album at? Can we get the album? You did the songs when you pay for anyway. But congrats to Cardi on whatever she has coming up, and that will be what it is. They say TikTok not going nowhere, y'all. Again, even though Code 45 is the person who told y'all years ago he was trying to get rid of TikTok, and he came back as if he's trying to save TikTok. Okay, they put an extension, a 75-day extension, to hopefully work out the deals for TikTok to be able to be used in the US of the A. Girl, I guess so. I mean, I feel like is he gonna buy it? Is Elon gonna buy it? Is Jeff Bezos gonna buy? I don't know. But anyway, for those of you who are on TikTok who are money making TikTokers, you at least have 75 more days of income coming in, because they're trying to extend it. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a trick. It's a trick that ties set up to bring up the bullshit, and we don't be caring. Okay. Now I have some other random stupid, I'm gonna say stupid news. I'm gonna say dumb news. Why, we know right now it's all these line dances going on, all the fan clacking or whatever. Louis Vuitton has a fan for $3,900. Now, I don't know why anyone would need a Louis Vuitton fan. I don't know who want to spend $3,900 $950 plus tax. Okay, plus tax. So I don't know what rich person feels the need. So let's see, 39.50 times the tax. Okay, with 26 cents. So that's additional 230. Girl, don't nobody need no $4,000 fan at all. So whoever I see that has a Louis Vuitton fan, they not even really trying to be in crowd. They trying to be stupid. Because them fans can cost you the most. The fans can cost you, I would say maybe $50. Only because you want a good fan that won't break. So if you spend like $50 at the most for a really good fan that won't break, you can keep racking. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But $39.50, and you know it's gonna smell like leather. Child. For what? I really do hate when these brands come trying to be a piece of the puzzle, okay, and want to be a piece of the fun, and then fuck up all the fun because trying to have a fan for $4,000 is stupidity, and anyone who buys it is also, I won't say stupid. I mean, well, it is dumb because you don't got to spend that money on that. But again, spend your money as you see fit, okay? Jay Morant, who is a basketball player. Now he keep getting in trouble. Okay, because before he was like suspended, I think, and fined because he was like, he was like a firearm on a live. Now he back in the league. He was for the Memphis people, or whatever, and he's still up in the league, child, doing like gun hand gestures. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. I feel like if you've already been held accountable and been criticized and been fined and been suspended for gun type things, maybe don't be in the game. Don't do that because they looking for a reason to fuck with you. So don't give them the reason. Okay, so the NBA fines him a $75,000 fine because of the finger gun gestures during the game that happened on Thursday. Now I know maybe some other folk did it before. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But when I know I've already gotten into trouble for something, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to reference it again. I don't want anybody to fuck with me about it or whatever. I don't even think anyone should make a gun movement because who you shooting? There's never a point where shooting a gun is like a nice thing. So I mean, sir, maybe just stop. Okay, maybe cut it out. Okay, and it's just not smart. It's just not smart. But again, I think sometimes he like getting in trouble. Maybe he got extra money. Wait, it's the purse. Oh, it's a purse. But I still don't want no fan purse. I don't want no fan purse. Anyway, let's hope Jay got the money to pay the fee because it's gonna come immediately. Okay. I saw this here in Detroit. Man returns after robbing a group to kidnap a lady and then assault. When I first read that, I say, wait, what now? How did this happen? So the Detroit man is facing a long list of other charges for a robbery, kidnapping, and SA. Okay. 3 victims are walking near Cooley High, okay, around here at 3:30 in the morning last Sunday when a man pulled up in a car. I said, okay, wait, people outside walking down the street at 3:30 in the morning, whatever. I'm in the bed asleep. Okay. Or this at home if I'm not asleep. The suspect armed with a rifle, okay, robbed 2 of the victims of their belongings, according to authorities. It says the victims and the suspect had no prior connection. Okay, the suspect left the scene, but then came back. Now, I felt like if we is somewhere out at 3:30 in the morning and we get robbed, once the robber gone and we live to tell, I'm leaving. You can't find me in this area no more. Okay, but no. The suspect left the scene and then came back, forced the 22-year-old victim into the car and told the men, if she come with me, I'll give y'all stuff back. I said, so did they sell her? Because that sounds weird. Again, if it's two men and one woman out at night at 3:30 in the morning, a fourth person pulls up, robs y'all, leaves, come back and say, hey, y'all, won't y'all give me the girl? And if y'all give me the girl, I'll give y'all the stuff back. Okay? So, for some reason, the two men who were allegedly robbed, okay, allowed the girl to be taken. The suspect who just robbed them sexually assaulted her, then brought her back to the area, and she then ran to get help. Okay, I said, bitch, what? Now it says the suspect is allegedly, okay, identified as 30-year-old Kevin Dante Lee, has been tried with 18 felonies, including 5 counts of criminal sexual conduct, first degree, kidnapping, other 2 counts of armed robbery, and other charges. This is the weirdest story. The only part that sounds insane to me is, why don't y'all stay in the same? Because if somebody ride me when they go, I'm leaving. So I was like, how did he know where to come back to even get the girl? You know what I'm saying? And did he give people their stuff back? Anyway. So, he's being held without bond. As a during hearing, Lee admitted to the robbery, kidnapping, and then sexual assault. His defense attorney stated that Lee believes there's no more to the story because you did it all. He also has a history of all kind of stuff. Violent offenses, including 2 armed robbery convictions from 2013. He was just taken off parole in 2023. So again, people, please stay off the streets at 3:00 in the morning, because there ain't nothing out there but crazy folks trying to do things, whatever. So you can avoid walking down the street at 3:30 in the morning. Please don't do that, okay? But again, crazy people should not do crazy things. And this is why sometimes people need to stay in jail, because they get out of jail and then do even more dumb shit. Speaking of more dumb shit, this person, okay, a North Carolina man who had just got released from prison, came home and killed his mama and his brother.
A Wilson man is in jail, accused of killing his mother and his 15-year-old brother. WRL's Karlie Haynes is live in Wilson with where this investigation stands. Karlie, such a disturbing case.
He looked guilty. He looked like he can't be trusted. He looked like maybe he should have stayed in prison, or at least not in prison, in some kind of mental institution to get him some help.
Absolutely. This is on Snowden Drive where we are right now. We have seen cleaning crews going into the home where Wilson police say this happened. They've been entering with hazmat suits. You can see the green truck right there. And we learned from our reporting that Deron Jenkins, the suspect in this case, had been released from prison less than a week before he's accused of killing his mother and his brother.
Again, I'm like, how long was he in prison? Because to be in prison, to come home from prison, and in less than a week, to commit a double homicide of your immediate family members is completely insane. And he looked like he had no remorse.
We want to show you a photo of Jenkins. He appeared in court today. He's facing 2 counts of first-degree murder. Wilson police responded to this home on Snowden Drive around 5:30 yesterday and found 2 people dead inside. Today, we have learned those 2 people have been identified as Jenkins' mom, 50-year-old Dana Jenkins, and his 15-year-old brother. He is a juvenile, so Wilson police are not releasing his name at this time. But we have reached out to friends of the family and to their church, who they were very involved with, and they said those 2 people will be loved and missed by so many. Karlie Haynes, WRAL News, live in Wilson.
Send his ass to jail today, forever, and some more forever. I just feel like, again, some people need to stay in jail. Okay? And I had saw another post from a different like news site or whatever, and I think it was like the neighbor who is like a family member who was like, as soon as I saw, the car back into the house, it was weird. When I saw, he was outside, standing outside, and he looked a little bit crazy, deranged, or whatever. So even they were saying how some of the family members felt like he on some bullshit. He should not be here. He seemed dangerous. And again, he did exactly what some folk was scared he would do. And now two folk did. Okay, the mama and the 15-year-old son. So coming home from prison and your mama and your brother. Now I wonder if I can Google his name. Because I wonder how long was he in prison for before and who the hell let him out. Okay, because to me, he should not have been let out. But I can't see what he did before. And that's the question I have. Let's see what this story says. Because he only 25? That is insane. Because I'm on Channel 7 News. He is only 25 years old. So his mama 50, the brother was 15. He 25 and killed them both. I cannot believe it. I'm trying to see, but it won't say what his first charge was. Because was he already a killer? What? No, look, you should not let killers out. Killers gonna kill, okay? But I can't see what he was done before. Either way go, some people need to stay in jail. And their name is, what's this man's name? Deron Dante Jenkins. Again, this stupid shit. Also, this reminds me of Karen. And I mean Karen from Atomic Housewives. Karen. Joanna got Karen's last name, Huger. So this TikTok star Miriam Uremi charged with negligent homicide after a car crash, claimed the life of a mother and two daughters. This is the reason why no one should be drinking and driving. Okay, because sometimes we hear stories of so-and-so was drinking and a little crash happened and that's what I'm saying. Like with Karen, she lived, no one was hurt, she lived. But again, it could be bad. Even the story that we talked about last week, the 4 girls who were in the car driving and drinking or whatever, and was on social media and the car crashed and 3 to 4 girls died. You can't be drinking and driving. So this person, okay, Miriam Uremi, is scheduled to be arraigned on April 2nd after a fatal car crash in Brooklyn. She was speeding in her Audi A3 when she rear-ended a Toyota Camry before striking 3 pedestrians on the crosswalk. So she not only hit a car, she rear-ended a car and then hit 3 people walking on the street. Also, she was driving with a suspended license. She was extricated from her car and is being treated in the hospital, whatever, for a psych eval. No, she should treat her for neglect of common sense. Okay, it says Natasha, who's 34, her daughter's 8-year-old Diana and the 5-year-old Deborah were killed. Her son Philip is 4 in critical condition, and so she has not been tried with criminally charged. 3 counts of criminally negligent homicide, speeding, and reckless endangerment. And again, this is why folks feel like when folks are accused of, when folks are convicted of, when folks are suspected of drinking and driving, okay, this is what can happen. She alive, she fine, but she killed 3 people and hurt even more people. You can't be drinking and driving, okay? Yes, you might make it home, but when you are so drunk that your license was suspended. So you should not, even if she wasn't drunk, she wasn't supposed to be driving. So I just hate when people do dumb shit and you fuck up other folks' lives. Because you done killed some people. So send her ass to jail. For how long? Until forever, okay? Then this shit. So Ohio substitute teacher arrested after allegedly hiring a student to kill her husband for $2,000. Gave her $250 down. I said, now what? In blue blazes, again, stupidity is running rampant everywhere.
Teacher in Columbus, Ohio, faces serious charges. Police say she tried to pay one of her students to shoot and kill her husband.
This particular teacher was attempting to groom this young person into committing murder.
Authorities say 44-year-old Stephanie Demetrius offered the teenager $2,000.
First of all, I hate her name.
Allegedly paying a $250 down payment, texting the boy that her husband worked from home and providing times when their 4 kids wouldn't be there. But
so you are a mother, a married mother of 4 children, and you try to hire a teenager to kill your husband. But you say, hey, but let me make sure you kill my husband. I don't want my kids to be there. This is delusion. Look, either way go, you're delusional. And I can't.
But the alleged plot was foiled when the boy's mom saw details in his phone and called police.
We're unsure of the specific reason as to why this teacher chose this particular student. This was a situation where the parent was able to capture things inside of this young person's phone.
Thank God the mama nosy. Okay, thank God the mama was nosy. And that this is the bad part. This teacher who is trying to have his kid kill her husband, you are a horrible person. And what's also bad is the fact that the kid thought, well, sure, I'll kill him. So she's horrible for one, but also this kid who thinks, yes, I'll murder someone, needs to be, held accountable too. Because I always tell y'all, young killers turn into adult killers. So while this is an extremely horrible situation of an adult taken advantage of and trying to use a child to commit a crime, the fact that said kid thought, sure, needs to be addressed too. And I'm happy the kid mama went to the police, because some kid mamas would just say, don't do nothing, and they got a little crazy little killer son who's gonna eventually kill some damn body.
To alert authorities.
Investigators claim to have a recorded phone call where the would-be teenage hitman asks if the neighbors would hear the gunfire. Demetrius allegedly responding, they don't care. In the past, she was accused of trying to stab her husband, set the home on fire, and run him over.
Say what now? So, stab, set the house on fire. Why he still with her? The man crazy too. Because if your wife has already tried to stab you, run you over, and burn the house down, y'all should not be together. And if she has already tried to do those things, why did she have custody of her kids? This is bad all around. The man done for standing around. The mama should for sure lose custody. And all her murder attempts keep failing.
This case, she denies the allegations, questioning the entire story during her first court appearance.
Who is the juvenile involved in this case?
Does that matter, ma'am? Does that matter? Who did you do it? Is the point? Anyway, child, she's in jail. Okay, they wait to see her be sentenced. But I'm like, if she's already been accused of trying to do things already, she's guilty. But that kid who's going to agree to the murder, get his ass somewhere else too, because that I don't want to be around crazy people. And again, I always say crazy kids, dangerous kids, murderous kids turn into what? Murderous adults. Case in point. Okay. This happened. I think this happened. Because this man, he was found guilty back in 2024. So this man, as we see, he fatally shot his pregnant ex-girlfriend in front of her kids. And he has now been sentenced to 4 years. So again, I say this. Crazy, dangerous children grow up to be crazy, dangerous adults. And that's the part I think parents should look at. If your kid is 13, 14, or whatever age, and they're already susceptible to do crazy, deranged things, if that is not rectified, notified, listed somewhere on a goddamn mandated court reporter for folk to know, hey, this person has some issues as a kid. And if you don't either nip it in the bud or get them some help, they grow up to be what? Crazy, deranged adults who kill people.
30-year-old Justin Soriano, escorted by 2 detectives Thursday evening from the NYPD's 32nd Precinct Station House in Harlem.
Drag him down the steps, okay? Scrape his knees up, scrape up his shoes, all of that.
His arrest on murder charges, signaling a moment of relief for his victim's family.
Days to bring this suspect into custody. And now the victim's family, they're wondering what could have been done to prevent this tragedy.
An uneventful, emotionless walk of a handcuffed 40-year-old Justin Soriano, escorted by 2 detectives Thursday evening from the NYPD's 32nd Precinct Station House in Harlem. His arrest on murder charges, signaling a moment of relief for his victim's family. Soriano stands accused of shooting his pregnant ex-girlfriend, 31-year-old Shanice Young, in the head last Sunday as she returned home.
It happened last year. So this is the first new thing. So it didn't happen recently. It happened back in 2024.
From her baby shower. She was 8.5 months pregnant.
All right, this happened in 2021. He was found guilty in 2024. But we're talking about this now in 2025.
I don't want him to see the light of day, you know.
At the time of the shooting, investigators say Young was trying to break up a fight between her ex-boyfriend, Soriano, and her current boyfriend, who is also the father of her unborn baby.
And that makes me mad because she is 8 months pregnant at her baby shower. Okay, new baby daddy is there fighting with crazy ex-baby daddy. She should not be in it at all. Like, I feel like, no, she should not have even been trying to break up a fight because, as I said, she was trying to break up the fight between her current boyfriend and the ex-dude. And then the ex ends up killing her. Insane.
It's unclear if the pregnant mother was the intended target, but for her father, Thurman Thomas, it really does not matter.
A person that do that ain't got no heart, got no feelings. So
Soriano spent 4 days on the run before his arrest Thursday. Stephanie McGraw, founder of the domestic violence victim advocacy organization WARM.
What we need to do is create a policy for 3 strikes you're out domestic violence defenders registry so they can be tracked, because this guy had a serious track record of domestic violence.
But for Thurman Thomas, a father in mourning, there is only one thing that matters at this moment: keeping his daughter's memory alive.
my daughter was beautiful, man. She was just the type of person that would take care of everybody. So that's what I remember about her, man. She was just giving, you know.
He's gonna probably get beat up in prison. So it's the shooting that happened back in 2021. Again, she was 8 months pregnant, had came back for her baby shower. It says when old boy wearing gloves and a face covering arrived with a loaded gun, he chased her current boyfriend around the building before shooting her in the face at close range in front of 4 children, including her 6 and 15-year-old daughters. So again, he's crazy younger people grow up to be crazy older people. Okay, and if you was like at the house waiting for her to come back, that is insane. She pregnant and you chasing her and the ex-boyfriend around and you kill her. So she died. The unborn baby died. Okay, but luckily his ass got caught. He's alive and will spend the next 40 years to life in prison. And I'm like, people is really crazy. And the sad part is you can try to avoid them, but if they're crazy again. If you are the parent, if you know of people, I swear to God, when I was younger, there were younger kids younger than me who I was like, them kids is evil. Like, I was probably maybe the time 13, 14 years old. These kids had to be like 8, 9, 10. And I'm like, I don't want to be around y'all. So I feel like you can absolutely see little tick, tick, boom in people, even in childhood. And those kind of kids go get into, I think all of them went to jail. The whole little family. Anyway, prayers to the girl family, whatever. But I'm happy that man is locked up because child Jesus needs to be offense. Now I heard about this story about the high schoolers, okay? The Caucasian gentleman who died, may he rest in peace. The African American gentleman who was being charged with the man's murder. So it's Austin Metcalf who was stabbed and he died. Okay, we have Carmelo Anthony, who is the person who stabbed Sarah. Now, first of all, when I just heard it, I said, Carmelo, I said, the basketball player? I said, Lala husband stabbed somebody. I did not know it was somebody else. Okay, so when I said Carmelo Anthony, that's the kid name. So they were at a game. Okay, Austin, the Caucasian child, is 16. Carmelo was 17. And Carmelo was charged with the stabbing. There's a lot of mixed stories going around about what happened. The one thing that is a known fact was the Caucasian little boy told the black child, hey, you get up. You in the wrong area. You in the wrong seats. You're sitting up under our tents and whatnot. And then he allegedly touched him or pushed him. Okay. And Carmelo said, but bruh, do it again, you're going to learn. And allegedly, the Caucasian gentleman pushed, touched, put his hands on Carmelo again, and he got stabbed. Let's listen.
Obtained new court documents revealing how Austin Metcalf was stabbed to death at a track meet in Frisco. Police say another teenager had fresh blood on his finger when they found him at Kirkendall Stadium.
The affidavit shows that when officers arrived, Carmelo Anthony told them he got into an argument with Metcalf. And when the arresting officer said he had the alleged suspect in custody, Anthony replied, I'm not alleged. I did it.
But Anthony told officers he only acted in self-defense and asked them if Metcalf was okay.
Several witnesses paint a different picture, and Metcalf's father told Matt Hamilton he is not buying the excuse.
It's so hard because it's literally one person's version against other people's versions. Carmelo, who was the person who stabbed him, he isn't denying he did it. He's just saying, I did it in self-defense.
I had a dream last night. And Austin came to me and said, I'm okay. It gives me peace. Doesn't mean I don't hurt.
The last 24 hours, unimaginable for Austin Metcalf's father, his mother, his twin brother.
Right now, I'm really numb, and I really don't.
He has obtained new court documents revealing
really don't feel anything. I just have to function.
Metcalf, just 17 when he arrived at Frisco ISD's district track meet Wednesday. His final breaths.
Oh, so Austin, the dead person, is 17. Carmelo, the stabber, is 16.
Taken before 11 a.m., police say, after being stabbed to death by a fellow Frisco ISD student, 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, now charged with first-degree murder.
Now, I find it suspicious that, why can't we get a regular-looking picture of both people? Like, why does every time it's a black kid or a black person accused of something, they don't find nice photo. No, let's only use his mugshot. I don't like that.
My world's a little shattered.
An argument over where Anthony was sitting while the meet experienced a rain delay sparked a confrontation between the teen and Metcalf. According to arrest paperwork, Anthony sitting underneath Metcalf's team tent. You could see it from the air when we flew over the crime scene. Metcalf from Memorial High, Anthony from Centennial. A witness telling police Metcalf told Anthony to move from under the team's tent because he didn't go to their school.
Now, right there. Okay, right there. I feel like may he rest in peace. But why did you walk up and tell anyone to move? Do you own the school? Do you own the bleachers? If it's a rain delay and we trying not to get rained on, and I'm sitting here minding my business. My first thing was, why did he tell him to move? Why you bothering me?
The witness telling police Anthony grabbed his bag, opened it, and reached inside and proceeded to tell Austin, touch me and see what happens. Investigators writing that Metcalf grabbed Anthony to tell him to move.
So I'm sitting here minding my business, waiting for the rain delay. Okay, you walk up to me telling me I have to move. I don't know why I have to move. And then I warned you and I told you, hey, if you touch me, see what happens. Now, I'm not saying that anyone should pull out weapons at all, but everyone needs to leave people alone. Keep your hands to yourself. You had no authority for you to put your hands on him. And because you walked over there and told somebody else what to do, put your hands on them, unfortunately, you are dead. And to me, if everyone said he told him, hey, if you put your hands on me, you're going to learn, bro. Don't put your hands on me. And he put his hands on him anyway. That is self-defense. Because I asked you to not touch me, and you touched me. You grabbed me, as the record states. You grabbed me, and for that reason, stab, stab, stab.
And that Anthony pulled out a black knife.
They don't feel.
And stabbed Austin once in the chest and then ran away.
So again, one stab, I gotta go. Meaning I got you up off me and I got out of Dodge. I then sat and waited, because he didn't run and leave. He was still around there. He did it. So that's why I'm like, it's not like he did something and then was on the run.
When officers arrived, the knife was found, and police say Anthony admitted to what happened, but said this to police: he put his hands on me. I was protecting myself.
Period. Period. Period, Pooh. Look, we have always told DJ to defend himself. That the only time that you react is if someone is putting their hands on you and you are protecting yourself. And to me, the only reason anyone is saying, oh, well, what happened? Is because it's a black kid and a white kid. Because we all know, had a white kid, if had a white kid stabbed a black kid and then said self-defense, no person, the news, they would just believe it. They would believe, because again, the murder victim walked up and told someone else, move. And he you don't leave me alone now. Give him around here. And he then
even asking another officer if what happened could be considered self-defense.
What do you expect? If you're caught, the best thing you're going to do is try to lie your way out of it.
No, sir, why did your son put his hands on him? Why did your son walk up and tell anyone what to do? Your son ain't got no authority. Sir, he got it from you. Now, I'm sad that your son dead. That's a sad thing. Condolences to you. But motherfucker, please, okay? As he said, I told him, don't touch me. And your son made a choice to do it anyway. Now, if the witnesses around the area is saying, this is what he said. If the witnesses is telling you, he told him, don't touch me. Your son touched him. It's self-defense. Anytime you put your hands on me, I have a right to defend myself. And had they said he stabbed him 15 times and then ran and to Bali, okay, that's a bit different. But no, he said, don't touch me. Your son touched him anyway. He stabbed, quick little cut, I gotta go. And the fact that you're trying to make it seem like the self-defense is a lie, sir, and I mean this respectfully, fuck you.
Metcalf's father telling me self-defense is not a reasonable excuse.
The truth will come out. There were too many people that were there that saw what happened.
They told you what happened. Your son walked up to somebody telling them what to do, then got physical with that person, and you fuck around, you fuck around, you find out. Your son fucked around and found out.
My own son told me.
In Frisco, I'm at and staff
Community is rallying around the family.
When I look, condolences to the family, but in the same token, fuck you, sir. Period. You have to teach the fact that he came over to him. Your son went over there starting shit. Wait, hold on. They supposedly jumped him, broke his phone, and stomped on it. That's how he got stabbed. Either way it go, what's his name? Let me see. Austin, the dead kid, started it. You know what I'm saying? And I do hope the true story comes out, because if your son started it and your son fucked around and found out, that's on you as a parent. But I kept hearing like conflicting stories, and even I think they said the bail. Let me see. He's in Collin County Jail with $1 million bond. $1 million bond. Child, I need a rich person to go get that boy out of jail, because he should not be there. No, look, did y'all see this on social media? Child, look, I was watching scrolling social media. Okay. And I saw this clip of a person being punched in the face. And y'all know our rules around here. We do not support violence. Okay? We do not support violence. However, we have to also acknowledge that there are people who be out here who be rage baiting, which means they do stuff to get people pissed off for attention, for clicks and for views. And they typically do that on social media. You'll post something that will get people real pissed off, and the comments will be going or whatever. You can't and should not do that in real life. Okay, let's watch.
Yeah, we're doing some interviews today. Such a good vibe. Should we kill the kids in foster care?
Why not? Why not? If that's the case,
We should kill the kids in foster care that aren't wanted.
who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who make them like personal slaves.
We should just kill them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about pro-life.
We should kill the victims of molestation.
I think, what does this have to do with molestation?
You just mentioned people molesting children. We should kill the kids in foster care is what you said.
What I'm saying is in general, overall. If I don't want to have a baby, I should have to have a channel.
Yeah.
Two.
Just don't have sex then.
Even as teens, people explore. And it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice. I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
Two.
Just don't.
Now, I'm happy they did not show the actual punch and stuff, but I saw the full-fledged punch on social media. This person right here is stupid, and this is why. Whether you are pro-choice or pro-life, you are pro-whatever for your body. If you are pro-choice, you are pro-choice for your body. If you are pro-life, you are pro-life for your body. You can't be out here trying to twist and turn other people's opinions because they're pro whatever. So the person who got punched in the face is pro-life. She feels like, well, no one should get abortions. Everyone should have a baby or just not have sex. And the other girl who punched her was like, it's my body. And I should have a choice on what I want to do with my body. And when the conversation went to, well, the kids can be put up for adoption, the kids can be in foster care, it's like, well, you put kids in foster care who are then abused. So why are you forcing people to have kids that they then give up, who then have a horrible life in foster care? Why not allow me to abort the baby from the beginning? Because I ain't keeping the baby. You know what I'm saying? And while violence is never the answer, sometimes it's the result. Because you are being woefully obtuse in my point. And her saying, well, I'm the one who said we should kill babies. And that ain't what she said. And people be trying to be willfully just ignorant and think somebody may not get pissed enough to punch you in the face.
Don't have sex then.
Even as teens, people explore. And it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice. I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
Stop
wrong with you? And in New York, you know people. Look, people in New York, people in Detroit, people in Florida, like, don't play in my face. Don't do that. Don't try to be nice. Say, oh, we're gonna have a little conversation, and then you're trying to twist my words. And sometimes a person can get so pissed off that you end up getting hit in the face.
You have a. Oh my god! She just punched me in the face. We were just doing a street interview with my camera, and everything was fine for over 20 minutes or however long we were filming, and then she just punched me in the face.
And I mean,
Oh my God.
sometimes if she then went on Fox News to discuss it. Now the girl was arrested. The girl was arrested for it and everything, like later on and whatnot. And again, we do not support violence. We do not. You should, the first, reaction should not be to hit someone. However, if we are having a conversation and you are trying to play in my face, and you are trying to twist my words, and you are trying to make it seem like I'm in support of like stuff that I'm not, when the bottom line is no one else should have dominance over my body except me. And when your response is, well, have the baby and put the baby up for adoption, the baby's gonna be in for. And I swear, I just said like a couple days ago, I was like, I don't know of like any actual like foster care programs or orphanages around here. So I'm like, there are many kids who are born who aren't kept, and then they are stuck in foster care. No. Let's explain. Her point was, in the clips, was, you're telling me because you are pro-life that people should just have babies and the baby should be put in foster care. Her point was, you then have these kids in foster care who are abused, who are left parentless, who are left in the system. Why would that be the decision if the person who was pregnant wanted to have an abortion? I should be allowed to have an abortion versus having all these unwanted children in foster care. And when a girl said, oh, so you want the kids in foster care to be killed? She's like, well, yeah. Meaning the pregnant person should have been able to have the abortion when she wanted to. but someone forced a pregnant person to birth said baby, and now birth baby is in foster care. So wasn't that's not what she said. The point was that's not what she meant. And old girl knew that and tried to rage bait her to sound like she's saying, yes, kill the kid. And that ain't what she said. And that ain't what she meant. So that's the point. People who take your words and try to finesse them to make you the villain. Because if I'm a pregnant person and I don't want to have the child, but I'm now forced to do that and then give said kid up for adoption, they're sitting in foster care. And we know the foster care system is horrible. We know that some kids are never adopted out of it. Some kids are put into horrible homes and are abused. Why force people to birth children when there will then be no one there to take care of said child? So when we have no reasonable conversation and we are disagreeing, which is fine, because no one has to agree, but don't take what I'm saying and flip it and turn it. And that's what was going on. That's how the shit got crazy.
Action. Savannah Craven Anteo joins me now. Savannah.
The fact that she went on Fox News says a lot. There's nothing wrong with any, because I don't care what she's going to say. There's nothing wrong with anyone who was either pro-life, be pro whatever you want to be whatever you want to be. But you cannot put what you want to be for your body onto me. Because if I don't want to birth a baby, I don't want to birth no baby. And that's okay for me. I'm not telling you what to do. Don't tell me what to do. And that's the issue people are having with these rage baiting conversations. And again, we don't support violence. We don't support violence. However, sometimes you may get popped.
You have
Again, not saying it's right.
Oh my god. She just punched me in the face. We were just doing a street interview with my camera and everything was fine for over 20 minutes or however long we were filming, and then she just punched me in the face.
Which means for 20 minutes, it started off a regular conversation and about I'm pissed off now. I don't like arguing for one. So I can imagine fussing and back and forth there with somebody on the streets about something, and I think they play with me.
Oh my God.
And of course she called the police. Of course she did. Because then she was technically she was assaulted. Technically that's what happens. But again, I feel like watch what you say. Watch what you say. Because everyone ain't playing with you. Again, it does not make it right. But you stop going up to people and doing shit to antagonize them. And then when they respond, and it may be a physical response, you want to then play, oh my God. No, I'm not playing with people. I'm not. And there's a difference between, there's two people disagreeing, because my point is my point and yours is yours. There's a difference in that versus, oh, you're purposefully saying stuff and doing stuff to piss me off because of how you feel. And when I punch you in the face, now you want to cry. So I don't need to have conversations with people who I know have a different opinion than me in order to try to change their mind. You could have a conversation with someone who disagrees with you on things for you both to get your point across. for what you both feel. But it's not about pissing the person off or trying to change their words to make it seem as if, you know what I'm saying, something different. So she got punched in the face. This little punch. It's this little punch. Okay. And I feel I've had this in my phone for a while, and I feel like this is the perfect clip because that lady is an asshole. That lady is an asshole. And this is my thought.
I hate assholes. I hate assholes.
They get on my nerves. And when you an asshole and you get on my nerves, you can't be an asshole and get on people's nerves. Because it might get you punched. Anyway, I want y'all to take one little moment, okay, a little moment or whatever, and make sure to like the video because it's the thing to do. And now some celebrity stuff, okay? Let's start with Michelle. Michelle, my belle Williams. Michelle of Destiny's Child posted on social media how she was on the flight flying. And when she looked to the side of her, somebody's feet was right there. Now, I hate feet. I don't like people's feet. I don't like anyone's feet touching me. I don't touch nobody's feet. Don't touch my feet. Unless I get a pedicure, don't touch my feet. It's just weird, okay? When she posted this, like, child, it was right there. Oh my God, okay? And she then said,
y'all, I was ass itching. I'm itching. Baby. Just out my little peripheral. Just out my, and I said, no. It's a little object of some sort. And it don't matter to me what class you fly. I don't care. I still like Southwest. So you're not gonna shame me into whatever class it was. So people are like, well, you shouldn't have been flying coach. I was flying first class. My seat was 3F, and I didn't know the F was gonna be for feet. I just can't. Y'all, I was ass itching. I'm itching.
And this is why I love Michelle. Okay, Michelle is so funny. Look, people, when you flying, keep your feet out of people's faces. Keep your feet on the floor. No one's feet should be up. No one should be able to see your feet. I also like to say how she fly rope. Look, when you fly a lot around here, A, B, C, D, E, F, N, G, you fly regular. I don't need a private plane. I can fly first class on Southwest. I'm gonna get there no matter what. It's fine, but I need for keep your feet up. Keep your feet down. Your feet should not be round here. Okay, we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear no more. Oh, dirty ass feet. Who's the person? Who feet is that? They probably knew it was Michelle and tried to be funny. Girl, I would just I would pass out. You hear me? Mia wants y'all to forgive her. That was absolutely where I get my hair braided at. it's Africans or whatever. And I swear to God, they be walking around barefooted at some time, especially when they do their prayer, and they got to take their shoes up, child, them they feet, for sure. But Mia wants y'all to feel like y'all love her again. Okay. Mia posted a picture of her kitties, and she created her piece. We love it here. And she put hashtag penthouse living Atlanta Mama Bear. Now she's wearing her wedding ring for one. Okay. She put Atlanta, meaning she wants y'all to think or believe that she's not in Potomac anymore. She's in Atlanta. Now, y'all know Giselle said that lady lived in Atlanta. She probably do. Now, the oldest son, is by somebody else, and the two young kids are Gordon's children. And the son looked like a damn daddy. Okay? So, that's that man, baby. Mia, we don't care. Your kids are beautiful. Gorgeous children. Okay, but we don't care. I also don't think that Mia should be put on any kind of Atlanta show. Like, she don't need to be on Housewives of Atlanta. Child, if you want, put her on Love Here, but I don't know. But Mia, go sit down somewhere. Okay, but she wants y'all to know that, you understand, boom, boom, boom. Corey Holcomb was up here talking with what is the man's name? Cam Newton. Now, I feel like every time I don't take anyone who talks to Cam Newton serious, because I don't take him serious. But Corey wanted some attention, so Corey says some things, okay?
Now, there are celebrities who have accepted the poly and non-monogamous relationships. Some we know, Will Smith and Jada, they've been open about they have an open relationship.
That's not really what they said, but whatever.
But Will like guys.
Huh?
Will like guys.
How you know?
I live in LA.
Now, most people don't like Corey Holcomb. Most regular people. Some people like him because he's supposed to be funny. But I feel like he says things to purposefully get clickbait, attention from himself, and then he will go on a explanation tour about whatever it was he said.
Does that make sense to you?
No.
I live in Los Angeles. There's a lot of opportunities I don't get because the guys don't want me to see them with their boyfriends. And
what?
And I've suffered from that. It's like everybody know anyway. Everybody know anyway. So I'm saying, like,
child, I hate how both of them dress. Is it Easter? Is it Halloween? I don't know what's going on. But even him trying to equate, I'm not more successful because there are straight men who are really gay in Hollywood who don't want me to see them with their boyfriend. So that's your.
Do you think me saying Will like guys? Because I said it and I can't take it back.
Yeah.
Because I believe it. I know it for the most part.
We suing. Okay. You can't, unless you've seen Will with a dude hugging and kissing in real life, how can you say, well, I kind of know he gay? Like, how? That don't make no sense. And if that's the case, wouldn't that mean that you know what he is and you've already seen it? So why would that hinder you if you know it already?
By me saying that, I hope it doesn't strike a nerve in anybody, but I'm saying I live in LA.
Yeah.
And there's a lifestyle that is kept quiet.
A secret society.
Yeah. And it's like people like me suffer from this lifestyle because of the shame that some guys have of how they like to move. And I don't think that however you move is something you should hold against me.
First of all, whatever people do behind closed doors sexually is none of my business. It's none of my business, okay? At all. Okay? Not all people want people to know what they do sexually. However, what does that have to do with you not being successful at a career? It's weird to me when people like to blame someone being gay or the gay agenda or this put gay and then whatever here, try to blame that for why they can't do they can't do something. And even people trying to use Will as that gay mascot or Will is secretly gay. Child, first of all, stuff that Will and Jada have done ain't no secret. I feel like even though they never confirmed stuff until like recently, it never was really a secret. It was never about Will being secretly gay. It was about them being able to have relationships with other people. Them having the freedom to do that if they want to. But what does that have to do with you not being successful? And what does who I fuck have to do with you and your success? Because there are many successful gay people. That is insane to me. The fact that they want to make it seem like the only tremendously successful people are people who aren't gay. There are no Elton John is gay. Who else is gay? Elton John is gay. Wanda Sykes is a gay woman who's successful. She's a funny gay. I just feel like people in this gay thing is weird because it makes you feel like there's no LGBTQ people who are successful. And if you are aware of someone else's sexual nature, then that's a thing. No, some folk, it's not about people. I'm not gay. However, what I do in my bedroom ain't no one's business. So I may not want anyone to know my kinky level because that's my personal business. I think gay people anyone in the LGBTQ community probably feel the same. Corey, you're just not that funny.
I think it's unfair.
Now, there are celebrities who have accepted the poly and non-monogamous relationship.
And to me, Cam Newton, I don't take him, child. Anyway, if y'all care, Corey said he ain't famous because he can't be gay. And gay folk don't want him around. Sir, shut the fuck up. Even with that, where I want to go into Terrence Howard and where let's go now. Because Terrence Howard was interviewing, and I swear I did not have this on my Google card. But he was saying he believed Diddy would have fucked him. Now, I said, nigga, what? What happened now?
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing.
Now, Terrence, I don't feel like did everybody at puffy party? Anyway.
Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone.
Being fluid, being sexually fluid does not determine your manhood. Being fluid has nothing to do with your manhood because there are men who are sexually fluid.
You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
Now, I will say this. There's a difference in saying if you're willing to do whatever to get ahead, even if that's not something you're into, that's called selling your soul for $1, for a movie, for a song. That's separate. But that goes for men and women. It doesn't mean just because you are a sexually fluid individual who happens to be a man, that doesn't mean you're not a man. But I can say you should not do things that you don't want to do just to get ahead. Because I'm not sucking dick to get ahead, even though I don't mind sucking dick, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a straight woman. I would not be a lesbian for something. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't what I do. So what I can take from his misguided part of this is no one should do something they don't want to do to get ahead, because you then have nothing to hold on to as a person. But you can't bring manhood into that.
No matter what. Give up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process, I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that?
Now that I agree with. Now that I agree, like I said, you should not sell yourself, sell your soul, your body, or whatever, just to get ahead, because when it doesn't work out, you're going to be mad.
If I lose my integrity, you got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah. Give up your man.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking.
Now, the reason I believe him is because Terrence Howard is a really good actor. And I do think with the roles he's played over the years, if you really look at his skill, he's really good. So I can honestly see Puffy said, hey, yeah, I want Terrence Howard to tell him I want him to teach me some things.
I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman.
I believe, child, where's Stacey at? Because I was like,
okay. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why.
I believe it, child. I believe it. I do. I think only because we've seen Puffy do that before. We've seen Puffy in rooms where he's just sitting and looking at people and or whatever. So I can see it happening. Now, he didn't say that Diddy tried to get him. What he said was he kept asking to come around, but then wouldn't do the shit he asked him to do. Why am I coming around? He probably want to fuck you. I can fully believe that because they always say if someone is into something, they want to be around you to see if you with it. You know what I'm saying? Is you and you know? So that's a fact. They do things to see if you're with it, and so that could honestly, absolutely be 100% actual, factual of what happened. Even him saying, "Okay, I'm gonna stay away from him," but even him bringing up how other producers or just other people in the industry, you know, then try to make them connect again. Like, I mean, hell no, that's okay. Again, it's okay if someone is trying to test you to see if you want to fuck and you don't. And you know I don't want that. So because I feel that's what he wants, I don't have to go over there. I don't have to go over there at all. And that's fine. However, what I just don't like the whole, you know, don't lose your manhood, because we have to stop thinking that just because a person is into something different sexually, it means they're less of a man. Okay, period. Not called Destiny. This is an absolute example of it, because as Terrence said, like, you can't call someone over to, hey, I want you to teach me how to act, and I come over here and there's nothing for me to teach you. There's no script. You have no new roles. We just sit around and look at each other. Okay. And that is how they do it. Will they bring you around under false pretenses, don't do what you're discussing, and we just sit here looking at each other. You keep asking me to come over, and I'm like, well, for what this time? Because I keep going over there, we ain't doing nothing. So what do you want this time? And it's this assistant who said, I think he want to fuck you. Child, look. Terrence said, not today, bitch. And I hope not. Who I want to get into? Oh, I guess Diddy knows. Dylan. Y'all remember Dylan from Making the Band? Who from the band? Okay, he was arrested for slapping somebody. Why is everybody slapping? Why is everybody getting slapped? What's with all the violence? Dylan, who was a regular rapper from the show Making the Band, and from the group The Band, okay, was arrested this week because he allegedly slapped the man twice in a work-related altercation. Part of police report on April 3rd. It says not going to get surveillance footage. Child is always recording. So surveillance footage confirmed that Dylan, okay, struck Paul Joseph Galua with an open hand slap in the confrontation. So he was arrested, tried for simple battery or civil assault, a misdemeanor. He posted a $500 bond. What released the same day. He got to go to court on first. Stop hitting people, especially on camera. Okay. Then, what's this dude's name? Which one is he? Which one? Brian. Brian from the HB6 was busted in Texas for child support. I say child, not child support. He got pulled over in Texas. It was a warrant for his arrest because why? Child support. Unpaid child support. Okay. He had a $12,500 bond. Okay. They don't know if he paid the bond yet. Okay. But however, he was, they're not playing no more. Okay. They not playing with y'all. If you owe the money, pay the money. Okay, so Dylan got arrested, Brian got arrested, Diddy's in jail. Terrence said Diddy want to fuck. It's a whole bunch of shit going on. Then Fetty Wap, who's in jail, sister is asking for Fetty Wap to be pardoned. Okay, now Fetty Wap has not had a hit in a long time. Okay, he had the song Trap Queen and a couple others. Okay, he's a baby with that girl Masika. He also had one eye, but he's in prison. Okay, he's in prison. The sister said April is second chance month, a time to recognize that people deserve redemption, not just punishment. My brother has taken responsibility and served over half his sentence for a non-violent offense. He is scheduled to be released in 2027, but justice should also mean mercy. He should be sentenced, so his sentence should be commuted so he can come home to his family, his children, and his purpose. Okay, it's time. Pardon Fetty. Second chance month. Bring him home. He got 6 years for drugs. Now I'm gonna say this, and I mean this for real. I feel like when people say stuff like, "Well, he's done his time. Let him out early. He has children. He needs to come home to his family. He had kids before he got locked up. He had kids before he got locked up. He, was sentenced to 6 years in prison back in 2023. He only got 2 years left. Okay, it's 2025 now. He had 2 years. He pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute 500 grams or more of cocaine. You can't be out here selling cocaine and get caught selling cocaine and then say, "Hey, just let him out early." Don't sell cocaine. He could tried Walmart hiring, Foot Locker, Amazon, Fed. Well, he probably can't work at them places because he got a felony now. My point is, drug dealing should be the last resort when you are a father of a whole bunch of kids. Okay, that should not be the thing to do. He made a decision to sell drugs, got caught selling them, and he went to jail for a couple of years. He'll be out. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Okay? I don't believe in the whole let someone out. To me, 6 years isn't long. 30 years is long. But he was breaking the law. So what you want us to do? Blueface has been ordered to pay $125,000 to Soulja Boy's girlfriend. I said, now how the fuck that happened? I was so confused when I seen that because I felt like we're connections. Anyway, but the reason the girl got a default judgment of 1.5 is because Blueface was posting on social media saying he fucked her before. And she said, well, he said we had sex in 2022, okay? But me and him had sex back in 2018 before I got put. I'm not, but either way it go, you fucked him. How do you sue somebody for saying y'all did something y'all did and y'all did it? Like, she's not, I'm like, how does that happen? Now again, because Blueface is in jail and he could not go to court, it's a default judgment, okay? He probably ain't got the money either, but hopefully he's smart enough to get a lawyer to toss out the default judgment, okay? So again, when Blueface was beefing with the Blueface and Soulja beefing is the one. But, you know, Blueface said in a post on social media, again, he fucked a girl. And so she sued him for defamation because, but did he?
So that hurt your feelings that bad? No, it didn't hurt my feelings. They just let me know what a nigga really on, and I already fucked. So the fact that you took it there, oh yeah, I already beat you to the punch. I already beat you to the punch.
Hey, so check it out.
I already beat you to the punch.
Check it out, right?
Go ahead.
She's gonna hop on here and pop it, right?
Yeah.
Why did you talk about old shit, bud?
What's old about your BM sucking my dick?
Why are you talking about shit before she even met you?
Nigga, I fucked your baby mama the day before your baby shower.
Oh, that was a lie. But that was a lie.
Nigga, why is you on here? So you on here popping it like that? So
I didn't fuck your BM the day before your baby shower.
Check this out. So check this out, right?
So you fucking pregnant with me? Now, first of all, I missed this whole beef when it happened. I had no idea.
Right? What you want, my nigga? You want a cookie? You want a
No.
cookie? You want a cookie? Let's give Blueface a cookie and a motherfucking Happy Meal and a soldier toy. Blood,
Yeah.
you fucked the bitch. So what, blood?
Hey, there you go. Admit that shit.
No, I'm saying, so
Admit
you
that
fucked,
shit.
so you
Admit
fucked the
that
bitch.
shit.
So you fucked the bitch.
I slept your bitch out.
So
why his top teeth look like that? They bad veneers.
Where does that come about?
That's what you want.
I just think it's crazy. The statements being made about me are defamatory and false, and my lawyers have sent a cease and desist to Blueface. Child, cease and desist. Your roster being Soulja Boy and Blueface is crazy to me. Either way go, she allegedly will get $125K. Yeah, he made his holiday. She cheated on Soulja Boy. Wow, did he be a rep too? Child. These rappers. Hopefully Jesus will fix it. Tory Lanez estranged wife receives a warning from judge at the family to serve jail rapper divorce papers. I feel like if we married and I want a divorce and he in jail for like, cause he got 9 years, can't y'all? I mean, this child, I don't want to talk to him. But she's been warned she could face consequences if she doesn't move forward with her divorce against the jail rapper. Okay, according to court documents obtained by In Touch, Raina, last name I don't know what it is, who quietly married him in June of 2023, received a warning from LA court. Judge reportedly from the serve the third girl, give him the papers. She filed June of last year, week before their 1 year anniversary. Again, they got a 7-year-old son. She wants custody of the kid. They don't know why she's not moved forward. Okay, well, if you do not move forward, lady, okay, you know you're in trouble. If I had a husband in prison and I wanted a divorce, that's probably the easiest way to get divorced because he's in prison. He's in prison. So, Megan's court case against the Milagro-grams blogger. The team is saying we need all of her texts and shit. We need everything. Okay, Megan's lawyers want the girl's text and all communications because they're still suing her for defamation and cyber stalking. It says the new father describes her response as is it deficient? Let me see what else it says. Megan's lawyer, they want all the stuff and blah, 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 blah. We want it. And it's smart because, again, their point is trying to prove the Milagro girl was getting either information, getting ammunition, getting directions from Tory Lanez. So if they have a court order for all her records, all the communication, they can prove it wasn't just her doing things that she, like for me, when I post shit because I want to post it. I'm saying I'm not being told by anyone, I'm not being paid by anyone else to do stuff. It's because I want to do it. And if I feel like you were bullying me and cyber stalking me and you were also doing it because someone else was telling you to, bitch, you're going to get fined. Okay? And again, celebrities are not, as a content creator, as a blogger, whatever, you do have to be very careful to not do too much because when you do too much, it becomes some bullshit. Okay, it becomes some bullshit, and now you caught up in a court case, and it's costing you money. So even any money she made from reporting on Megan Tour at the time doesn't help her now. Okay, everyone's cases with a blog with a celebrity don't turn out how Tasha K. Tasha K had stuff, and she was like, she got more popular on social media. I don't think that they did. Bow Wow was also talking to. Who was he talking to? Who was he talking to, child? I don't know, but they were discussing the Millennium Tour. Now, the Millennium Tour is going on right now. It's him, Omarion is there, Plies is there, Trey Songz, Nivea. Who else is on there? I think Yin Yang Twins. It's a whole big thing. However, Bow Wow, like he would love to have Ciara. Now, y'all know Bow Wow and that song, Like You. I love that song. I don't think we've ever seen them perform that together, if I'm not mistaken. So while talking about it, this is what he said.
Me and Brown at the top, give me Jello at the bottom. My co-headliner, give me Ciara. No cap.
Wow.
Oh, Kim Newton. Okay.
Give me CC for the co-head. Man, fuck it. All I need is me, CB, and C. I just feel as though, as an artist.
Let me say this, because look, I know some folk don't like Bow. I think some folk don't remember Bow's run in the rap world and how popular he was. Like, even though he's a grown adult now, whatever, Bow Wow for years was dominating the charts with his shit. So I do feel like if there was a tour and they had Chris Brown, Bow Wow, and Ciara, that would be amazing. Now, we know Chris Brown can headline his own tour. I think he's headlining tour right now. But that would absolutely be amazing because Chris Brown has hits after hits after hits as a singer. Okay, Bow Wow has hit after hit after hit as a rapper. He does, and Ciara has hits and hits and hits as an R&B singer. And to me, that would really be a great tour. It should be Ciara would open, then Bow, then Chris Brown. Then we can see them do songs together. Chris Brown and Ciara can dance together. When Chris Brown and Ciara did a dance together at one of the BET Awards, it was amazing. It was amazing. Okay, so I know some folk like to joke about Bow, but Bow Wow songs are hits. Period. And I think those three artists could do great because they're each of them is in their own lane. Chris's music and how he does things, Bow Wow and how he does things, and Ciara how she does things. Child, I just want to see Ciara and Bow Wow do Like You. I do.
She's so talented. She dances still. She just did the tour Missy. She dances just as hard now as she did back then.
And she sure do.
Right. She's deserving. If it was up to me, she would have been on the Millennium Tour, co-headlining, for sure.
But my thing about that is the Millennium Tour with all them people is a no for me. I think the Millennium Tour with just Chris Brown, Bow, and Ciara will be great. The tour now, it has too many people on it. There's the money being split too many ways. You know what I'm saying? To add, no. It needs to be a whole new tour. And maybe not, don't even call it the Millennium Tour. Call it something else. Okay, call it something else. But Chris Brown, Bow, and Ciara as all headliners. Okay. All now we know Chris Brown go in the show. We know Chris Brown, even if they have two other acts who comes out as openers before Ciara, it's fine. But you can't have Nivea and the Yin Yang Twins and Trey Songz and Plies and Rick Ross. It's too many people on it right now to even bring in Ciara and Chris Brown. That would be an amazing lineup.
I just feel like she's deserving of her flowers. 3 million records out the gate. That's the same thing that I did. Dances her ass off. You're going to be entertained. She has the music. She has the hits. She has a show. Why not? We have a #1 record together, which is Life. Hopefully, and this is really, I'm speaking for the fans, because everything that I do, concert and show-wise, is for the fans' POV. For them to see me and her on that stage doing Like You, where we're at in our lives today as parents, and we made it through. Yeah. She's married now, and like I said, me being where I'm at, that shit would put the stamp on the whole entire culture if we could possibly make that happen.
And even if it isn't a full-fledged world tour, okay, even if they do a couple of spot dates, okay, even if just that, I don't care, because then she's married with children now. He has 2 kids. They used to date whatever, long time ago. But Like You is a song we need to hear. Okay, we need to see it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope it happens, child. I don't know, but I don't even like concerts. I wouldn't go. I would send somebody else to go for me and record it so I can watch at the house. Okay, I'm just saying. Now speaking of, Chris Brown posted, because he's on tour. Okay, he is on tour, and they were saying, because Chris Brown, I believe Chris Brown is the blood. I do. So Chris Brown is urging his fans to not wear red bandanas. Okay, don't do it. So Chris Brown posted, I see a lot of the fans collectively telling Team Breezy to wear red bandanas to the concert. I would highly advise y'all to not do that. Just get brown bananas, because you know what I'm saying, y'all won't run into any problems. I don't want people to get the wrong idea, the wrong impression, and promote the wrong thing. Y'all know I'm breezy, but we promoting positivity on this tour. Thank you, and I love y'all. Meaning, don't try to be up a gang banging in my tour. Okay, stop playing. If you not about that life, don't come around here in no red bandana. Okay? Don't do it. I don't want anyone feeling like I'm promoting the bang, 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 because I'm not. Now, I'm breezy because he's a blood. Okay? Yeah. But y'all not finna be up here, okay, causing ruckus and chaos and fucking up my money. And I appreciate him saying, hey, don't do it. Just in case, don't do it. Just to not conflate any issues, don't do it. Okay? Just don't. Leave it be, bitch. Leave it be. And I said, well, good, because I don't chop. Ain't nobody got time for no gang banging. Rick Ross will have another car show that will be wheelchair accessible. Because remember, he had the last car show, and someone who was disabled in a wheelchair who would inquire about, things being accessible to him. And when he got there, that did not happen. So the man sued him. So the new car show, which will be June 7th at his house over there at Promised Land. And this time, hey, we gonna be sure it's wheelchair accessible. That should be everywhere. I don't understand how places don't have like a ramp for people who have a wheelchair, or a lift in case someone has to, the wheelchair has to go up a floor or two. If you have more than one floor, you have to have a wheelchair accessible stuff. It's weird to me that people don't. Okay, so Rick Ross learned a lesson. So let's hope this time things go smoothly. Cassie will reportedly not use a alias or a anonymous name in the Diddy trial. She will use her real name, Cassie Ventura. Okay, because at this point that we are fully aware that she is one of his victims, there's kind of no need for her to do the anonymous name anymore. I think when they were doing discovery, when they were doing like the investigation or whatever, at that point in time, they did not have her name publicly out or whatever. But I think it's brave of her to say, I don't need to, not be known that I'm one of the victims. So kudos her. And I'm pretty sure because the trial is supposed to start next month, and we will see how it goes. Karlie Redd is getting divorced, and apparently, allegedly, she's going to be getting $18,000 a month for her and her dude. Is it Tilo? Teleau. Okay, T Da Vinci is what they call him. They were married for about 2 years, and she's supposedly getting from him $18,537 a month. That is a lot. But that's until they get things situated. She won't get it forever. But while they're going through the divorce, Karlie is forever getting married, divorced, engaged. It's a new dude every once in a while. And I kept seeing posts on social media recently from Love and Hip Hop of them fussing because I think maybe he was cheating or she thought he was cheating. And so she was recording him and stuff, got pissed off. But girl, you get $18,000 a month. Girl, you better keep that money. That's temporary spousal support. Girl, I just can't. Now, it also said record state that Belton, that's the husband, was arrested and charged with simple family battery back in February. But he apparently allegedly punched Karlie in the chin with a closed fist during a domestic altercation. He was accused when he accused her of just getting home. He also threw her 2 phones on the ground and later apologized. He was booked and released for $2,000. Child, look. One, I hate what she did to her face. But yeah, girl, get that money and leave that man. Because if he's violent, get away. Okay. So Karlie, after being married quickly, she's getting divorced even quicker. But she's at least getting some money. I want to get to I'll do Bambi and them laughs. I did most of that. Bravo has a new show called Love Hotel that we're not going to watch. Love Hotel is supposed to be about, so we see that as Ashley. Is that Ramona? I don't know. Giselle and then Shannon. It's supposed to be about the 4 single women finding men. They're gonna have all these men there for them to, date and whatever. And this is the host. Bravo is a no. It's a no. Bravo Love Hotel would have been smart to do with brand new people or other people. People don't like Ashley or Giselle enough to watch this show. So you picked the wrong 2 single black women, in my opinion. I don't even think just anyway. So if y'all care, it come on eventually, but I'm not gonna watch it. I don't see this show doing well at all. Ashley, who we kept seeing singing on Fox 5, okay, trying to do a tribute to Red Flag, then said,
so, I visited my friends at Fox 5. Yep. And I'm not going to blame anybody else. Even if some blame should be distributed, I will not do that.
The only person to blame when your voice don't sound good is you. Is your voice.
And I will say that we did not do justice, at least what came out on the TV. It was not justice to this incredible musician, Roberta Flack.
I don't. Why is she trying to honor her? Like, I don't get why she's doing it. Like,
Okay, so embarrassed by I felt he found my letters and read each one about.
like you can't sing that song. And I get if you want to be because that white woman from one of the New York shows has a cabaret and she can't sing, but folks pay to hear her sing off key. But I feel like Ashley thinks she can sing and she's trying to be for real with it, and that's the part I don't like.
I pray that he would win, but he just kept right on struggling my pain.
I guess she thought if I slow the song down, I'll sound better. If I'm not rushing to sing, I can control my tone. If I sing a little bit slower. Like, she don't sound better. And not sounding as horrible does not mean you don't sound better.
He was killing me softly. So, you know what,
and she a whole you paid the band. If I was at a restaurant, and not look, I know like many places here, restaurants have live bands, live performers, because you want to entertain the patrons. If I go to a restaurant who has a live band who doesn't sound good, my food should be free. Food should be free. Killing my ears. And y'all clapping, y'all ain't right at all. Now they said that she also did I Will Survive too. Child, the Caucasianness of it all. Okay. I don't know what back child room she picked to have these folks in here to sing. It's a no for me. If she wants to have a tour of her being paid by her fans to sing, then fine. But I'm like, who keep booking her? Because she don't sound good. If she found song that she sounded good singing and that's just her thing, that's cool. But man, why are you forcing us to hear this shit? We don't want to do it at all. That's why I feel like people who, talk cash about, about Candace and about Drew, about Shamia, people who can actually sing. Like Candace can sing, Shamia can sing, Drew can sing. Candy, you know what I'm saying? But again, why is this half Caucasian lady around here sounding horrible to us? Why does she keep trying to honor Roberta Flack when she can't sing the songs? You don't sing it slow, fast, up tempo, down, I don't care. It don't sound right. Leave it be, bitch. Please leave it be. Just stop it. And she won't stop. It made me mad. We did Tans, we did that, we did Meg. Oh, all I have left to see is Bambi in them. I got done with my 2 hours. Yay! So I kept seeing where is it at? Bambi and is this one. So Bambi and Spice are still beefing, but for no real reason. Okay. I feel like Spice made a comment that I think it was some lotion on my arm. Spice made a comment that Bambi had 11 Spotify listeners, which was true. She didn't lie. You know what I'm saying? And from that, we seen that Bambi had did a diss track, called 11. We'll listen.
I wanna talk about 11 strings, boss bitch, 10 fingers, but I got 11 rings. Dusty nigga, no, he couldn't fuck me in 11 dreams. 11 racks, first class flight to the Lebanese.
So Bambi did her diss track first and stuff, and then Spice came out and spiced it 1, 2. Now Spice using the exact same cover arts. It's the exact same cover art, but I don't know why Spice's look better. Is it the color? I like blue, but Spice did one. Quick listen.
Put my name with a diss, that's suicide. You only had 11 listeners, so I never lied. You should have known if you slid, you slide. I'm a sniper, the ex-bride. They smash 11 niggas in 11 hot tubs. I want to.
Not 11 niggas in 11 hot. Now, y'all know Bambi will never live down being in that hot tub with Benzino and Kurt and that other lady. Okay. So Spice bringing up the 11 hot tubs is hilarious. It's hilarious to me.
Big teeth and big gums. You got 11 fake bag and 11 fake furs.
11 fake bags, 11 fake furs, 11 big teeth.
11 fake shoes and 11 fake purse. I saw you with 11 fake dress up yours. You made 11 fake Birkin orders. I'ma need you to comprehend this. You gotta need 11 periodontists to fix.
Not 11 periodontists. Anyway, so Spice clapped back, and now they back and forth. I feel like Bambi is upset for no reason because she did have 11 listeners. Bambi, to me, is not a real artist. She's tried to make music in the past. It has not really worked. And she did not sound horrible on her diss track. Spice, to me, sounded better because Spice is an actual rapper artist. You know what I'm saying? So Spice should sound better. But they both, maybe a little bit better for now. But again, they kept back and forth in it and stuff. And so when on the left side, you see Bambi with friends playing with a blue wig. On the right side, you see Spice with a blind wig and a giraffe. I said, what is y'all doing? I said, not a dirty blue wig. And then the blind wig on a giraffe, on a horse. Because y'all know they love to say that Bambi teeth is horse-like. Child, I said, not when Spice started brushing the teeth of the horse. I said, that is insane. To go to a horse farm, okay, bring the toothbrush to brush the horse's teeth with a blind. Oh God. Oh my God. Now folks kept on saying, well, Spice can't get mad if Bambi come out and put, a blue wig on a monkey. I'm like, I really hope she don't put a blue wig on a monkey. Like, put a blue wig on any other animal. Please don't do a monkey. I do not want to fall down that rabbit hole. Okay. But the fact that a going joke for years has been that Bambi resembles a horse. This solely because, she's tall, long, beautiful neck. And, she has big gums. You know what I'm saying? She was born with it. What we gonna do, Maybelline? But I said, Spice, bitch, you went and got a horse. And who? I just could not, and the fact that Spice's thing says, since Bambi made a video talking around a blue wig, I had to buy a blind wig and go visit her quickly. Bitch, and I said, well, who was her? I said, not the horse. Why you saying the horse? But again, please, Erica, do not put a blue wig on a monkey. Just please do not put a blue wig on a monkey. That's not gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Now she now has 5,161 monthly listeners with 2 songs. So congratulations to Spice. Technically, Spice got Bambi more listeners. So maybe they'll make up. I don't know. But they keep back and forth. And we seen Bam putting up, I'm not a real artist, I'm a real nigga. These hoes made a sport out of hating me. Y'all should get some jackets made. I'm having a party when I hit 10,000 listeners with all my sports are invited. Girl, okay. Spice and Scrap are buddy or whatever, and they call themselves a real artiste. And I said, child, I didn't think to stop because again, Spice technically didn't lie. Now, at one point, Spice was saying how she brought music back to Love and Hip Hop. Now, we not gonna make it seem as if Spice was the first artist to do musical shit on the show. I do think Spice is one of the people who have consistently made sure music was a part of her storyline. And she sometimes will incorporate or add the other people on the show into that too. So I do feel like, she at least brought it back to the show.
And let's talk about how I brought back the music to Love and Hip Hop, because all of a sudden everybody remember that they're artists or that they got on the show because they're claimed to be artists. Let's just be very clear. Say me, Grace Hamilton, brought back the music to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Don't even deny that. I don't give a fuck what I want to say. Fly high, fly low. Facts we're talking about. Facts we're talking about. First of all of a sudden, everybody remember say, them did fear the music. Notice how Bambi did her diss track, but on TV, she was making it seem like she had a problem with diss songs. They don't have a problem with the diss song. They have a problem because I was creating an album. And see, that's the problem. They mad because I literally show them up all the time. And that's what them not like. It wasn't the fact say, oh, una do an album, because I went on the show and I said, listen, let's get to the part about the music.
And they need to. It's called Love and Hip Hop. If no one is doing music, where's the fucking hip hop? You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Spice for that. But I need her and Bambi to stop fussing. Child. Because once a horse is involved, we can't go back from that. And I just do not want them to put a damn blue monkey up. Please don't do it. We don't want it to happen, but it might. But who knows? Anyway, y'all, I feel like that's it. Okay, I thought we went over all the things today and stuff. Okay, I still have to watch Love After Lockup. But I am behind 3 episodes because I just forgot. I just forgot. I'm gonna watch those today, and I will probably have a review up tomorrow. My Housewives of Atlanta review will be up tomorrow as well, because we're going to get into whatever happens between Kenya and Britt tonight on the season 16, episode 5, I think it's tonight. And if something happens in the blog, I will be live tomorrow night. If not, I probably will not be back live until Tuesday. This depends. But y'all know, to make sure that you're just checking up and checking in, if I'm going to be live, I will have it posted on my social media. So make sure to follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and IG at JayLeesCorner. Do not forget to also like the video. And again, if YouTube has unsubscribed you, you have to subscribe back, okay? But y'all, look, like, comment, share, subscribe, as my mods told y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the 2-hour tour. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Not to bed, because it's not time for that. But I am gonna go chill out for the rest of the day, and we will see what I get into tomorrow. Okay, but I love you all. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. I love you all. I gotta go. Bye.